Welcome back to Bazaar Morning Call. The SGX Nifty is up 50 points right now at 15,742 versus the Nifty futures of 15,692. So looks like there's going to be a bit of a bounce back. But let's go across to our entire research team now to get you the list of top 10 stocks as we kickstart trade today. So Anuj, let me start with you. What's on your list?
Sonia, my sense is that today could be a bit of a short covering day if the price action is supportive, and in that case, banks perhaps would lead the short covering, and normally short covering is led by stocks like ICICI Bank and Axis Bank. So I think if both these stocks sort of hold out yesterday's lows, then I think and start to take out yesterday's highs, I think there could be some short covering in both these names, because that's normally the area where you see signs of first shorting. Even yesterday you saw that. So that would be my space to track today essentially.
Fair enough. I would have my eyes peeled on it as well, Anuj. Let's now get to, once again, the results train. Agam, Power Grid numbers.
Right, so Power Grid numbers are largely in line with expectations, and it's been a quiet quarter considering revenues have just seen a growth of less than 4%. There has been a near 450 basis points expansion in EBITDA margins at around 88.4%, and profit has grown as much as 6.5%. But perhaps the stock will react to the bonus announcement because, well, the board has decided to issue one bonus share for every 3 existing shares. Besides that, the company has also declared a final dividend of around 3 rupees per share that comes to a yield of around 1.2% on yesterday's closing market price. And on the back of that, we could perhaps see a green tick on Power Grid.
Green tick on Power Grid. Let's see. Ekta, couple of pharma stocks that you're watching out for?
Well, yes, 3 numbers coming out. So Natco Pharma, I expect the stock to be in the red because revenue was down 27% versus estimates of a decline of 4%, margins 23 versus 28%, and profit down 43%. The call is at 11 a.m. today, so a lot of interest probably in that particular stock and call. HCG, revenue up 10%, margins have been flat, but there was a loss of 113 crores because they undertook impairment charges of 84.7 crores. So maybe the stock will be in the red on the bottom line, which it reported. Novartis, revenue up 6%, EBITDA margins have improved to 15.4 versus 11.8%, and profit has also improved. So expect that stock to probably be in the grey.
Okay, thanks a lot for that. Let's go across to Nigel now to find out what more numbers he's tracking. Nigel, over to you.
Well, let's start off with Tube Investments. Out there, we had a big growth on the top line. It was up closer around 150%. You had the EBITDA as well that more than doubled, though margins got skimmed off a little bit. That's because, they've brought CG Power asset into their books as well because the acquisition was completed in the third quarter. So that explains why there was some margin compression. In addition to that, in the last year, they moved from a net debt company to a net cash company, though it was a small debt. So positive on Tube Investments. Next up, Navbharat Ventures, well, you had revenue degrowth of 15%, but margin improvement. That's something that the street will like because the EBITDA number came in higher by 10% and they reported, a profit of around 160 crores. Finally, Indostar, well, out there, gross NPS were at around 4.4%. There was a degrowth in terms of the AUM. And if you're looking at the NIMs as well, compare it on a sequential basis, compare it on a year-on-year basis as well, that came in at around 4.6%, which was lower. So going with a tinge of red out there.
Okay, Nigel, thanks a lot for all those updates. Lata, what about J&K Bank?
Well, the numbers are a bit troubling. The gross NPA is as high as 9.67%. It's a fairly big number, and net interest income has fallen, obviously because you're not able to recognize revenue from a larger number of loans which have become NPA. So although the profit has risen, the trouble really lies in the balance sheet. They don't have enough capital. There is an auditor qualification saying that the bank has breached the minimum capital adequacy threshold set by NABARD and by RBI because they've had to provide some 69 crores for pension. And further, for the next 2 years also, they have to provide some 185 crores. So as of 31st March, their capital adequacy is 0.35% or something, if I'm not mistaken, whereas the regulatory minimum, as we all know, is 9%. When these things happen, usually RBI steps in and there are PCA bringing them into prompt corrective action, etc. The auditors are not going into that. They've only warned that the bank has breached the capital adequacy requirement of Reserve Bank and NABARD.
Okay, that's on J&K Bank. SBI Card, Nimesh, Carlyle is selling some stake again?
Yes, I know. So it's a large block of close to 5 crore shares, which is almost 5% equity that Carlyle is looking to sell via block deal today. The price indication is between 1,000 and 1,040, which indicates a 1 to 5% discount to yesterday's closing price. And remember, within 6 months, this is the second tranche coming from Carlyle. So I'll go with the red because of the supply overhang coming in from the private equity investor selling to SBI Card.
Okay, we'll watch out for that. But some interesting developments at TTK Prestige. Mangalam will tell us more. Mangalam, over to you.
That's correct. So at TTK Prestige, they've started an e-commerce website for their India brand, the second brand in India called Judge. Remember, Judge is their value brand, or for people who are looking for value conscious, or they are value conscious in terms of the pricing. And the interesting part is that the company is actually given a discount of 20 to 30% on an already entry-level pricing. So this should bode well for the company's sales at least. And I see the stock in green because of that.
Are these all products? I mean, pressure cookers, pans, everything?
All the products in the Judge brand, Lata, starts from 295 rupees, goes all the way up to 7995.
Okay, there's a potential buyer here. Thank you very much. I mean, one needs replacements, doesn't one? Let's quickly recap our top stocks. Stocks with positive news flow: Power Grid, Novartis, Tube Investments, Navbharat Ventures, TTK Prestige stocks with likely negative news flow: Natco Pharma, Healthcare Global, Indostar Capital, J&K Bank and SBI Cards. And with that, for the all-important commodity cues, here's our editor, Manisha Gupta. Good morning, Manisha.
Good morning, Lata. It is a big sell-off that we've seen overnight in the metal prices. For copper fell 4.5%, aluminum, lead, zinc declined anywhere between 3 to 4.5% as well. Well, there has been unwinding of long trades in metal since the China measure. So that has been for the last 3 weeks now. But the metals have hit a big speed bump, especially after the US dollar rising at a 2-month high. The Fed forecast on inflation and bringing forward the time frame for rate hike. And then the China factory output has slowed down for a third straight month. China also says that they are flagging new rules for commodity price index from 1st of August. So a big sell-off is what we've seen in metals. Copper now is trading at a 2-month low. We saw an all-time highs of $10,200. It's trading at a $9,200 right now. Aluminum is trading at a 2-week lows. Nickel is trading at a 3-week lows. So everything that you touch in commodities has seen a decline, and most of these commodities are now closing this week on a negative basis.
But Manish, just a minute. In the last 2 hours, I mean, Shanghai rebars or any other data you could get from China, is there a further fall? Because there is no further rise in the dollar index. That's why I'm asking. This morning, have they shown a further fall?
It's flat trading, Lata, right now after the sharp decline yesterday. We have seen even a bit of a rebound come in for something like steel and iron ore, but not for the base metal prices.
Got it. I mean, that was important because this will have a bearing on metal stocks in India. Thank you very much, Manisha, for joining us. So perhaps no fresh danger for metal stocks in India. We'll have to wait and see. We'll take a quick break, and up next, there's someone who will be able to give us a better insight into all that we put on the table. Amisha Vora, Joint Managing Director at Prabhudas Lilladher, joins us for some stock analysis, and thereafter